Hello world, I'm back. So I'm going to be doing a gore makeup tutorial, but instead of using latex, I'm going to be using face mask. Has to be peel off, just because it has that clear, substancy, weird texture like latex. So it has to be peel off. I got this at Five Below. It's really nice. It smells really good. I like the smell of good things. Not like farts or anything. This smells good. It smells like outside, like tea tree oil. Excuse me for a minute. Why do you do this to me? I'm sorry. I'm just done. Alright, so the second thing that we're going to be needing is scab blood. I love this stuff. It's like, 1, do not eat this. This is the non-edible kind. If you saw my vampire look, I freaked out. Like, I literally paused the video. I'm just like, is this blood edible? And it turns out it was. But this is not. Don't eat this. The one that's edible is the stage blood. The little baby bottles. I just got like the little tiny ones. I'm just like, I'm gonna need a whole gallon of this. And a gallon of this was like $40. I'm just like, I'm gonna stick with this. And instead of paint, I'm going to be using 3 different liquid lipsticks today. I got these online. They're pretty cheap. I'm using Red Velvet, Wicked, which is like a brownish color, and Jinx, which is going to represent my black, give it a nice weird skin tone. Another thing that we're going to need is stipple sponges. And just this brush I've been using. You don't need this or anything. I'm just going to be using it today. It's a blood brush I use. We're going to be, sorry, I had to clear my space. We're going to be needing 2 paintbrushes today and an old powder brush. I use these brushes, the ones that are purple with red, for special effects, as you can tell. So you may be wondering, what are we going to do today? Well, I don't really know. I was thinking maybe we can just experiment and just see what we can do. So, just gonna do that. Okay, another thing that I forgot to say that you're going to need is cotton balls. You need these. These things are essential. It's what's gonna make the skin. It's what you can mold it to where you can make it peeling and stuff. These are essential. But you can also use toilet paper, but I prefer these because you can tear them and you can like shape them into any shape you want. So I'm going to be using cotton balls today. So let's get started. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I have the clear face mask in a little container. Yes, it's clear, unlike latex. There is some latex that, this is actually safer for you than latex. Doesn't have that nasty chemical smell. But the one downside to it is it's a lot harder to mold. But I'm just going to start out with my 3 paints, and I'm just going to swatch them on my arm. Or if you have a palette, you can do it on a palette, but I prefer my arm. So I will show you those in a minute. Okay, so the bad part about liquid lipsticks is you have to work fast. This is Red Velvet, Jinx, and Wicked right here. I'm just going to take, there is still paint on these brushes, so I'm just going to take a little bit of Red Velvet. And I'm just going to put that right next to my waterline and rub that in. That's going to make our eyes look irritated, like we've been crying. I'm going to put just a little bit more in the inner corner. And that's just going to make our eyes look very irritated. I'm going to drag that down and rub that up. And we're just going to do the second eye. Alright, so I might turn this on. Yeah, I need that light on. I'm trying to like angle it better so then you can see. Is that better? Yeah, that works. Okay. Now I'm gonna rub that in. Just gonna put a little bit more. Now that I have that done, we're gonna take a little bit of Red Velvet and Jinx, and we're gonna make a little swatch over here on the side. This is going to make a dark bruised color. If you want it darker, add more Jinx. I am taking just a tad bit of Wicked in there, but you should get a color kind of like this, and we're just going to put this on our brush, and we're just going to make some scratches. Okay, hold on. Alright, well, now that I have that done, I'm going to angle this in better so then you can see all the little scratches. I have my little scratches, and then I just took a little bit of paint and went into the inner part of my lips, rubbed that in, smeared it around, and it makes it look like my lips are bruised a little bit. Added just a little bit there. So now that we have that, we're going to, ooh, that's still sticky. Okay. We're going to go on to the fun part. We're going to start working the latex. So for working the latex or the face mask, you're going to need toothpicks. I use these to help like molding it better and just picking at different spots to where your fingers can't reach. You're also going to need Q-tips. I'll be right back. I have to go get some. All right, so I got my Q-tips. Now we're just going to take our cotton. Where did I put it? Hold on a second. I gotta find my cotton. All right, so we're going to start with one cotton ball, and we're just going to tear a little bit and start rolling it out of its ball form. That's a good way to start it out. Now you have this nice thick piece you can work with. What I'm going to do is, sorry, I talk fast. I'm just going to tear it in half and just start peeling it apart. And then we're going to have little pieces like this, which we can use later on. And what you want to do is just kind of pull it, mess with it a little bit and get it to where it's like that nasty texture. Oh, I dropped it. All right. Once we have that done, we are going to take a little bit of the face mask and a Q-tip or a toothpick and put that on the spot where you want to put it. All right, so now that we have that done, we're just going to do the other part because, this is just I'm drawing. Why am I drawing? I don't know why, but I'm drawing for some reason. We're just going to make the other half. So like I said, I'm just going to take this and dip it into the face mask, and I'm just going to put it right there. Oh, it's cold. It's really cold. Okay. And we're just going to take our piece of cotton, which I have laying over here. Actually, wait, let's just use this piece. Alright. And we're just gonna drag that up. And then I'm just going to take this little piece. And now we have the first part of our cut done. Come on. There we go. So now that we have that done, what we're going to do is we're going to take the cotton again, and we're just going to lather this thing in face mask. Alright, and now if we look at it, you can definitely tell it's starting to look more like skin, I guess. Like I said, I'm working on it. Now that we have this done, we're just going to give that a little bit to dry. It may take about 5 to 10 minutes to dry. It may not be fully dry because it doesn't soak up that well, but we can still work with it. Alright, so the next thing that I'm going to do is take a little bit of Jinx and that little mix that we made, and I'm just going to start painting that on. Now, yes, mine is still sticky, but the way that I'm doing it, I'm just blotting that on there. Now, this can be okay because this is just a base layer. And like I said, it's gore makeup. It does not have to be precise, trust me. The one part I like about it, there's so much that you can do. There's so much creativity in it. The possibilities are endless. Come on. Now we're starting to get that look. So taking a little bit of paint and some in there. I don't even think I need to take foundation or anything. Alright, next what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a toothpick and just go around the edges and poke up. Hold on. With this effect, it makes the skin look pushed up, and it will make the illusion that there's a gash in your face more easier to see. Oh, I missed a part there. I'll move that back a little bit. Now that we have that, we're gonna start with the rest of the painting. Just gonna take some Wicked and start dotting that into the middle. This can be messy, this can be, like I said, I'm just dotting that into the middle. I'm using these brushes because they can get ruined and they're easy to clean, and I'm okay with them getting ruined. I'm just gonna take a little bit of red velvet also and just go around there. Ooh, yeah. Why are my lights flickering? I think I just said flickering. There may be a second part to this video because I can only make videos so long because I'm recording them on my phone. So next what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my toothpick and start picking at it again, just to make it look enlarged. Is that over there? Next, what I'm going to do is now for the fun part, I'm taking my brush and my toothpick, and we're going to start working with, ooh, that's sharp, working with blood. So this is the scab blood, and what we're going to do is we're just going to put this in the middle. Oh, it's already started. No, it's not. Okay, now that we have that done, next what we are going to, little issue there. All right, we're good. There is some other little spots, so I'm just going to take, again, my stipple sponge, dip it a little bit, dip the edge into some scab blood, and pinch it, and start making scratches on my face. Gonna get a little bit more, and just keep scratching. Because, I mean, we were attacked. Next, I'm just taking a little bit of the scab blood on my brush and just rubbing that on my lips. Oh, cotton. Next, we take the stage blood. We're going to be taking the stage blood on a toothpick and just putting that around our wound. Or you can put it on the inside. Doesn't matter. I mean, I like fake blood because it can go anywhere. You can do a lot of things with it. It's a lot of fun to work with. This is the edible stage blood by Mehron. So I use Mehron and Ben Nye blood. Some people prefer Ben Nye, some people prefer Mehron. I like both. I'm not picky. I get what I get. I mean, it's always how it's been. Now that we have that, oh look, we're almost done. Next, we're just going to take a little bit of foundation and cover up those white spots. Just going to take a little bit of foundation on my finger and dab some foundation on those little white spots. Those white spots are from the cotton. And there we go. You are done. You can add more blood if you want to. Please subscribe. Like this video if you liked it. Comment down below what you want me to do next. And I hope you guys actually liked my first special effects look.